soft as the voice of an angel, breathing a lesson unheard. Hope with a gentle persuasion, whispering her comforting word. Wait for the darkness to be over. Wait till the tempest is past. Hope for the sunshine tomorrow, after the shower is gone. Whispering, whispering hope. Oh, how welcome thy voices, making my heart in its sorrow rejoice, 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 rejoice. Wait till the tempest is over. Wait till the shower is gone. Hope for the sunshine tomorrow, after the shower is gone. What a grand, grand, grand earth you are. And what a grand, grand universe we are. All of us together. Look at the beautiful white velvet. March the 16th, 2017, Anno Domini, the year of our Lord. The wind nearly blew the JVC camcorder out of my fingers. The wind is a cooling. Let us retreat. For a few days. We have a new way of distributing a chat with Gundor Public Access TV to 45 to 65 TV stations. It's hard to explain. First of all, you fill this footage on this camcorder, the JVC, 2 hours. And then, whenever that's done, 3 or 4 days, you will take it over to the electronics bench over there. And you will make an archive of the 2 hours, and you will do a half-an-hour show for the next 4 TV stations, which will be TV stations 117 to 121. Okay. And then you will take the Sunday morning communion of that period, and you will make you will make 45, 35. He'll make something like 32 half-hour dubs. And that'll be week 3 of TV stations 117 through, rather, TV station 17 through 45. It's a little complicated, isn't it? But I think it's going to be faster. What is that? What? What is that? Well, that's how I start the day eating. What's that over there? Coconut. Nothing but plain coconut. No sugar, just plain coconut. Very, very tasty. And an apple, a tangerine, and a banana. What's this? That's a cereal bar by Kashi. Not piles and piles of sugar and corn syrup. No, no. This is really salubrious. The other cereal bars are tasty, but there's sugar and corn syrup. That's grains. You say, how do you get your protein? Well, let me ask you this. You people who would kill a poor cow. How does a cow get its protein? What does it eat? Grains, grass, vegetable protein. And so you get your protein by eating the cow? Well, that's secondhand. You go out and get your protein firsthand. You eat the grains. Well, what is this? Well, that's for .com. This is vegan turkey slices. These are made from grain. And she's enjoying hers over there. You have to make it all in tiny pieces with your fingers and put nutritional yeast on it. What is today? Today is St. Patrick's Day. Oh, goody. And we're having winter the way we should on St. Patrick's Day. It's inches and inches of white out there, white velvet. And what's your hope for the day? To do all of the assignments that are coming in from the rest of the universe, from everybody, to do everything I'm supposed to, with everybody, for everybody, and by everybody. And the first one in that is God time. Bring the joy book up to date. The joys of yesterday. And then write down, listen, what you can do for others today. Write it down, list it. Listen and list. And then God meditate Him in prayer. Takes an hour. It's 6:30 a.m. Standard Time and 7:30 a.m. Daylight Time. Hey folks, how are you today on St. Patrick's Day? I'd like to share with you an announcement from the American Vegan Society. Their magazine just came out. Here's an article about a woman who lived to be 117 years old. Breathe on us, breath of God, fill us with life anew, that we may love as thou dost love, and do as thou wouldst do. Fill on us, breathe on us, breath of God. till we are wholly thine. Until this earthly part of us glows with thy spirit divine. Isn't that lovely? I have quite a few magazines here, but I'm looking for American Vegan, because Mary Lawrence has been appointed new trustee. Oh, I know, it's over on the God Think desk. That's why we couldn't find it on the magnifier desk. Breathe on us, breath of God, so we shall be alert and live with thee the perfect life. Can you think of anything that rhymes with alert? Mary Lawrence is the newest trustee for American Vegan Society. She has been appointed by American Vegan Society Council of Trustees on an interim basis until the annual convention, which will take place during the garden party on the May 28, 2017. That's near Memorial Day. At that time, she will be a candidate to fill the unexpired term of the vacant position until 2018. Why is the position vacant? Mary is an integral part of the American Vegan Society team, guiding the way into the future. She will be especially focused on vegan cuisine initiatives, fundraising, and educational outreach. Mary is the executive chief and owner of Well on Wheels, Connecticut's premier vegan personal chef service, which makes healthy eating easy for busy people. Now listen, can we get her to be the chef at one of our Glendora Glendora Vegetarian Society? She also runs Ahimsa, that means harmless, Health and Harmony, cute, a vegan wellness center in Hartford, Connecticut. Let's go. She is a writer and food blogger. Her culinary creations can be followed on the blog, The Traveling Vegan Chef, http://forward w. That's enough. She was a contributor to the Friends of Animals cookbook. They're also headquartered in Connecticut. Darien. The Best of Vegan Cooking, 2009, and in 2007 she published her first cookbook, Quick and Easy Vegan Cuisine. Let's invite her to our vegetarian club, want to? Let's see how much it costs. Oh, I think we can handle that. Her most recent cookbook, this is Mary Lawrence, Easy Peasy Vegan Eats 2014 is a guide for people making the vegan transition. Is that you? Are you making the vegan transition? I've told you folks, I've gone out on thin ice and I have told you that I just don't think you're going to find your soul until you're vegan. You cannot have in your heart responsibility for killing animals, for making them suffer so on farms, and for making them suffer in the transportation to a slaughterhouse and then the agony of the slaughterhouse. You cannot have that on your soul. You've got to peel it off. You've got to get rid of that. Mary earned a certificate in plant-based nutrition from Dr. T. Colin Campbell, our hero, Foundation at Cornell University. She earned an MA in communication from University of Hartford and a BA in English from University of Connecticut. I would like to have her sponsor a chat with Glendora, public access television in Hartford. I'm going to call her. And Freya, the chief of the American Vegan Society, called and gave me Mary's number. Let's call her up and ask her. Want to? And Manchester Community College. That would be part, I would think, of the University of Connecticut. That would be Manchester, Connecticut. She studied culinary arts at the National Gourmet Institute in New York City and has trained in the kitchen of the only natural restaurant in Middletown, Connecticut. That's where Wesleyan College is, Wesleyan University. Franklin's daddy went there. Community college. Her corporate clients, you have to be a corporation, have included Cambridge House Brew Pub, yuck, in Granby, Connecticut, George's Diner in West Haven, Connecticut, article in American Vegan, 16, page 1. This must be in this book. The Shoreline Diner in Guilford, Connecticut, St. Francis Hospital's Preventive Medicine Center, Yale Law School, Yale Medical Group, Yale New Haven Children's Hospital. To maintain balance in her life, Mary enjoys gardening in her veganic garden. Veganic. That's a new word to me. Walking with her dog. Maybe she'll bring her dog if we ask her. Doing yoga. Connecting with nature, cuddling with her kitty. She's been vegan since 1997 when she changed her diet for health reasons after a visit to Farm Sanctuary 3 years later. She vowed to dedicate her life opposing the exploitation of animals by educating others through compassionate cooking and conversation. WELL, W-E-L-L, on wheels.com. Mary Lawrence is the American Vegan Society Speakers Bureau. She's on the Speakers Bureau. Sample talks. Vegan resolutions. Get healthy in the kitchen. Healthy cooking in a hurry. Stocking your vegan pantry. Planning a chef's kitchen garden. Cooking vegan for non-vegan friends. Contact Mary at wellonwheels.com, 860-985-1645. When we come together in unity with compassion. See, that's the oneness and the allness and the wholeness that we've been talking about, you and I, for so long. That is it, that we are not separate parts, that we are not particulars. We are all one with the one universe, that God is the universe, the cosmos, a unified body, and we are some of it. Only cheap ego and cheap evil will let you think that you can be separate from God, and that you think you can be better, and that you think you can have more and steal from the universe. That's a fantasy. You cannot. You can only be one with God. And you can only work together with all of us to keep the universe going and growing. See, she's got it. When we come together in unity with compassion for ourselves and all beings, we're all one. We can heal the planet, the whole universe. There's more than this planet, more than this gallery, more than this star system. We can empower ourselves and each other to create a global vegan community that represents, I like that, a global vegan community that represents a new social norm based on compassion and justice and mercy. I just added that, mercy for animals. Not exploitation and violence. Okay, let's call her. Let's call her as soon as possible. Mary Lawrence. Thank you, my dears. Thank you, American Vegan Society. What's this other article about? American Vegan's Garden Party. You want to go, folks? On Sunday, May the 28th, 2017. American Vegan Society Headquarters, 56 and 72 Dinshaw Lane. It was J. Dinshaw from India who founded the American Vegan Society. Malaga, New Jersey. 2 p.m. Gee, I'd like to go, but I have a moratorium on leaving the Happy House 3. I seem to want to stay right here. A family physician who helps people, Anna Negron, MD, a family physician who helps people transition to a healthy vegan style. Don't you love it? Lifestyle will speak on veganism is healthy for everyone. And Jonathan Balcombe, PhD, powered higher and deeper, an animal behavior expert who is a passionate advocate for animals and their living species and their living spaces. We'll talk about what a fish knows. Well, that's nice to be compassionate to the fish. No, I don't want to go. But maybe I can set it up so they will make a video of it, okay? And then we can see it. A video of the whole thing. Like an hour or two, or 3. And of the food. Yeah, oh, that's good. Put that on your to-do list. Okay. Joy book. Cole Freya, American Vegan Society, and Institute, total video coverage of the garden party. $5/28/17. Okay. Thank you for going through that with me. You inspired me. Excuse me, all of us. You inspired all of us. Remember, we're one. There's no me, there's no I, there's no self. What's next? Exercise the body. Do the calisthenics every day. I didn't have to do them for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday because I did so much shoveling on Tuesday when we had 18 inches of snow. And I would go out and I would shovel 10 shovelfuls. That was the idea, 10 shovelfuls. But then it turned out that each foot was 2 shovelfuls. A top and then another layer. And so I went out and I tried it twice. And by the way, my first one was all covered up again. You couldn't see the path as far as I'd gone. So I went out and tried it a third time, and at that point, a moratorium was declared on shoveling. But that took care of the exercise body for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. What is that song we're trying to learn? Breathe on us, breath of God, till we are wholly thine, until this earthly part of us glows with the Spirit divine. We can do that. Come on, all of us together. Let's do that. Look at that. That bright, bright sun on the white. Look at that. What light. Only this time of year. And I think it's an old-fashioned blue sky. All blue and no goo. Well, how did we get rid of the goo?
I wanted to let you know we have a showing scheduled for this Saturday at 10 a.m. Thanks so much. Any questions? 518-392-5600. End of message. To erase this message, press 7. To save it, press 9. To hear more options, press 0. Message skipped. Next message. Hi, Glendora. It's Victoria. I'm calling you from work. But you can give me a call back on my cell or either number. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay. Doing pretty well. And to hear your voice, give me a call back. I have something to mail you, so I need your address, and I'll write it down this time so I have it. Okay, call me back. Bye-bye. Message erased. End of new messages. To listen to your messages, press 1. To send a message. To listen to your voice messages, press first voice message. Hi, Glendora. It's Dawn from Preferred Country Properties. I wanted to let you know we have showings. This message will be saved for 21 days. End of new messages. First saved voice message. Hi, Glendora. It's Heather, and thank you so much for the update. I miss you, and I was really happy to hear that you gave a really lovely gift to AIC. I'm sure that they really appreciated it. I hope you have a good day. If you want to give me a call back, my number at the museums is 413-314-6458. Take care. Bye-bye. Message erased. Next message.
Hi, Glendora. Well, this is the second time I called you, and you must be busy on the phone with someone else or your house. So I will try tomorrow. Such a message that you called me. Now I'm calling you back. It's Jackie, and I'm down in Florida.
92 years old.
Calling for my cell phone. Talk to you
She lives in Long
tomorrow.
Island. And she went all the way to Florida.
Hope you're okay. Talk to you then. Bye.
Message erased. Next message.
Hi, Glendora. It's Brenda. We're so sorry. We must have missed your call.
You're
Just give
coming
me a
here
call
for
back
lunch.
whenever you get this message.
Sunday.
We can do lunch on Sunday. Let's decide where we're going to go, and we'll
We're gonna
pick
go
you
to
up
my
at what
house.
time. Okay. Give me a call.
Happy House 3.
283-5099. Bye.
You are currently listening to a message. To skip, message erased. Next message.
Hi, Glendora. It's Sandy. Hope you're well. Looks like we might be in for a big snow day tomorrow, which would be
And
great,
how?
because then I can stay home and play with my puppy.
18
She is
inches.
just so cute. Having a really good time with her. And today she was being looked after by Elizabeth, Dan, and Carrie when she got home from school. Right now she's sleeping on Carrie's lap. As soon as the
New
weather gets
puppy.
warm, I'll bring her over for
Oh,
you.
nice.
This message will be saved for 21 days. Next message.
Hi. My third call.
Jackie, 92 years old.
Are you okay? Because it's storm all over New York and I thought sure you'd be home this morning.
She lives in Suffolk
I
County,
hope you're okay.
Long Island. She went to Florida with her daughter, Linda.
I'm calling you from my cell phone, and I'm in Florida, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.
Message erased. Next message.
This is the way horses
Hi,
should be.
Glendora. It's Sandy. Hope you're not out shoveling.
No
This is
things in their
a real
mouths.
winter. It's looking very pretty outside. All white snow everywhere.
No straps around their shoulders.
Well, I'll try you again later.
No straps on their heads.
Bye.
No chairs on their back. This is the
End of
way
message.
horses should be.
To erase this message, press 7. To save it, press 9. Message erased. Next message.
Hi, Glendora. It's Sandy. Somebody just called, but I couldn't hear anything. If it was you, I'm home, so we could try again. Bye.
Message erased.
Thank you, Sandy,
Next
for your
message.
solicitude.
Yeah, I've heard that one before. Because I go to the 12-step meetings. Yes, Mark works in the clock factory. As an employee in the clock factory, said the clock factory fired me today to a friend. The friend says, well, I told you not to put in so many extra hours. What did one eye say to the other? Between you and me, something smells around here. An employer is interviewing this guy for a job, and he says, now we need someone around who's highly responsible. And the applicant, oh, in that case, I'm your man. At my last job, every time something went wrong, they told me I was responsible.
End of message. Message erased. Next message.
Glendora. Charles, you should call me back. Thank you.
Message erased. Next message.
Hi, Glendora. This is Nancy Opizio, and I'm calling to ask you where I can find George Washington Ross. At what store? Please give me a call. 872-0531.
I put a recipe in the advertiser.
District area. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Message erased.
You called for George
End of
Washington Ross.
messages. To listen to your messages, press 1. To send a message, press 2. To change your personal
Hi there, everybody. A man says that he was in such bad shape physically that the health club that he went to made him use the back door. It's kind of spring-like this morning, folks. This is the 18th of March, the day after St. Patrick's Day. It's kind of spring-like, but it's kind of winter-like. When is winter over? Pretty soon now. We've gone into daylight saving time. Look at that blue sky. They probably couldn't get their plane started good to put that goo into the sky, that junk. Okay, so tomorrow, Sunday, is the 19th. Monday is the 20th. Is that spring? Is that the vernal equinox, or is it the 21st? So these are the last 3 days of glorious, happy, cozy, sweet winter. Long, long nights. Getting your work up to date, sitting down, meditating, lying down, sleeping, resting, rejuvenating, reconstituting. Winter, how I love you. Thank you, nice winter. Thank you, all of us. All of us together, thank you. I just heard a birdie, and I'm going to put a cookie out for that birdie. I hear you, birdie. Yeah, you stay right there. Rice, you cook it at 20 of. Did you set all the clocks ahead? Yes, all of them. How many? 8. 8 or more. This is rice. 3 cups of brown rice. 1 cup of brown rice, 3 cups of water, salt, pepper, and oil. And the juice from these, Linkettes, vegan. This is something that she's always done. You open a can of soup, and she likes to lick the cover. This is cream of potato soup. She even does this with tomato soup. And if you put it in a dish, will she eat it? Yes, I think so. We'll see in a minute. This is .com cat. She's 13 years old, 91 years old, and vegan, or vegetarian at least. That's it, Dot? Okay, I'll go get you some of the soup. She doesn't like it after the water's put in it, spring water, or soy milk. She's waiting for her Linkettes, and they're all cooked for her. Potato soup, cream of potato. This is her Linkettes, all mashed with nutritional yeast on it. She doesn't give me a chance before she starts eating. This is vegan, by the way. She looked outdoors this morning. In fact, she asked to look out the door, and I opened the door and held her in my arms and let her look at the 8 inches of snow. And after a while, she wanted to go in, and then when I put her on the floor, she turned around to make sure that that door was shut. That's all she wants of the outdoors. For how many years? Oh, 12 years, 13 years. I think it's better for her to eat on a table than bend over and eat. So that's her little table. This man said that his condition of health was so bad that the health club that he belonged to, they made him use the back door. You look like you're asking me to stir it up again. Okay. And put more yeast on it? All right. And what is your morning fruit, Glendora? An organic banana, tangerine, a New England, New York Macintosh apple, grapes, a Kashi bar, cereal bar, not one of those grain bars that's filled with corn syrup and sugar. This is real grain. This is real grain. Little tiny soup crackers for carbohydrates. And what's this over here in the jar? Coconut. Plain coconut. Just plain, pure coconut. Morning fruit. Here it is. Cream of potato soup served on home-baked bread. No butter, no spread at all, no. The doctor says you're coughing much better this morning, and the patient said I should. I was up all night practicing. Catnip. Pretty soon, realgrass.com. Pretty soon. Why, that grass will be broad and tender and green and sweet. You can have 10 pieces every day. Pretty soon, grass.com. Real grass. This is the second time around on catnip. It's not quite as eventful as the first time around.
Hey, Glendora, sorry about that. I had arrived at the restaurant and we were eating, so I had to not answer your call. But I did listen to your message this time, and it would be no problem for me to get you coffee boxes. So I'll start collecting them, and then I'll bring them to the meeting on the 29th. All right, my dear. Hope you're well. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.
Debbie Holden, who teaches the deaf children in various schools,
To erase this message,
is
press
going
7.
to bring us
To send a reply
copy
message,
paper
press
boxes.
8.
Boxes
To
that
save it,
copy
press
paper
9.
come in.
To hear more options, press 0. Message erased.
And she's going
Next
to bring them
message.
to our
Or
meeting.
I'm going to bring this.
Glendora
Hi, Glendora,
Vegetarian
it's Brenda. I'm going to bring the salad tomorrow. So no worries. I'll make it up and I'll bring it. Okay, thanks.
That sounds good. I asked her to stop to the grocery store and bring iceberg lettuce,
End of message.
a green
To
avocado, a
erase
green
this
bell
message,
pepper.
press 7. To save it, press 9. To hear more options, press the message erased. End of new messages.
And
Listen to your messages, press 1. To To listen to your messages, press 1. To
No,
send a
goodbye,
message,
honey. Thank you. I asked Brenda Roy to bring iceberg lettuce, a cucumber, a green bell pepper, and a ripe avocado, because when I make a green salad, I like to have it green. And then I would make the salad. And she said, the day later, she called up and says, I will make the salad. She says, I'll just bring it already made. Isn't that nice? And I said, I have a special crouton that I want for the salad and a special dressing. She says, okay, you can dress it. I'll just bring it all cut up. She and her husband are coming to Happy House 3 Sunday at 1:30 p.m. See the horsey with her baby out in the wild. No pieces of metal through her mouth and through her nose and a ring in the nose. Oh, Lordy. And something around the neck and something down the center of the face and across the forehead and over the back and a chair on the back. None of those things. That's the way horses should be. I'm so glad we have cars instead of horses. And I've seen people abuse their cars. I'm so glad we have cars instead of horses. It's these horses out in the wild, living their own lives. Interesting how they live in a group.
You're on the phone. I have only 3% left on my phone, so when I get where I'm going, I'll charge it up. But I'm stopping on the Bluetooth this moment. Just going out to the sushi house with my husband and son for dinner, and then we'll be on our way back. So hope you're well and look forward to connecting with you soon. All right, my dear. Talk to you later. Bye.
Two women were talking, and one said to the other one, did your dad did he die a natural death? And the other woman says, no, he had a doctor. You like to open packages, folks? Is it fun to open packages? I think this came from Amazon. Hello, Crandall.
I just called over to talk to Barb and tell her that I feel bad if I don't get there tomorrow because I have a migraine, and it was Richard answered, and we talked, and I said, are you guys leaving in July or April 7th? And he goes, no, May 1st, in May.
Oh, okay.
So, they're not.
That was Anita Crandall. And the reception for Barbara and Richard Mooney was last week. So therefore, we can reinstate our dinner tomorrow for Brenda and her husband Terry to come here for lunch. Actually, it's going to be quite a big dinner. We're going to have soup and little tiny crackers. Then we're going to have chicken flavored rice. We're going to have a green salad, really green. It's going to be iceberg lettuce, and green bell pepper, and cucumber, and avocado. That's pretty green, isn't it? Well, they package things so beautifully. These are all of our friends. All of our friends did this. We're all friends, and we're all working together. Isn't that packaged well? I think I opened it upside down. No, I guess it's just stuck in the cardboard. DVD minus R. Amazon. How many? 100? Oh, good. See how well they package that? I have to flatten it for the recycle people. I didn't know that Amazon did brand name. Did you? Breathe on a breath for God, till we are holy thine. Until this earth be part of us, flows with thy spirit divine. There, that's what the recycle people want you to do. And this little one also, like that so. So this is, we got 200. This is public access TV in Chatwood on DEARH. How much did this order cost? I've forgotten, I think it was $23. And that's a whole lot cheaper than Walmart. Seems I used to pay $35 for 100 at Walmart. DVD minus R. Do you know that ice melt? Well, it all stuck together. Adamantine. was a clump this big and unbreakable, impregnable. And I would have to take a hammer and a screwdriver. And I couldn't break it through the middle or over on the sides. I had to go right to the very edge. And I did that about 10 times at a sitting. My mother said, if you got a big job, come hard it. And I did. So it might have been 50 or 60 picks. Well, it's down now to big pieces. Some of them are this big. But I think it's usable. But probably not until next winter, right? Because spring is not tomorrow Sunday, but maybe it is tomorrow Sunday, the 20th. The 20th or the 21st. Oh, you people are so gifted. Now, and somehow Austin knows how to order from Amazon a family account, and there's no shipping. Because I think the shipping would take away any advantage of low price. Oh, they set the pens in the same box. These are calligraphy pens. See if I can see those. Oh, gee. And here's good sleeves for the DVD discs. Package of 100. The fillers. Oh, they all came together. That's what we're doing. We're all together. Okay, folks. Well, anyway, that concludes the packaging. It was fun. Like Sears and Roebuck in the old days. Good morning, my dear friends, whom I love. It is Sunday morning communion on the 19th of March, 2 days after St. Patrick's Day. And what is death? What is death? The soul says to you, I need a new body. But then you are that soul. And then the soul takes off to wonderful adventures, I think, all over this grand universe, so multitudinous, so vast. What do I know? And the body goes into decomposition. Good. That's the way it is. So that is what death is. The soul says, I need a new body. What is the soul? You tell me. The soul is the God inside of you. It is the God inside of me. And the God inside of me is continuous with the God inside of you and everybody else. What is God? God is the universe, the cosmos. God is a unified body. There are no particles. There are no particulars. We are all one. We are all one. We are only. The universe is only. The universe is whole. Whole, continuous, one, all. Only. And how does it work? It works with all of us together, in continuity with one another, as one, all doing the same thing, making the universe grow and go, keeping the universe going and growing. That's our model. That's how we see it, right or wrong. What is your soul? You find your soul by removing layer after layer after layer after layer after layer after layer of selfishness, of ego. Two things you don't want anything to do with. Ego and evil. So you just spend your life and your time in oneness, in continuity, in happiness and allness, and making the universe better. Again, what is making the universe better? It is evolution. That's what evolution is. Things are getting better. Things are getting better. The things that are not so good are left behind. The things that are good are made better. Things are getting better. We are all getting better. You know what ego is, you know what evil is trying to take a chunk of the universe and go over to this thing called ego and say, I'm better than you are, I have more money than you are, I have a bigger car than you do, I have a better house than you do, my clothes are better than you are, I'm smarter than you are, and I'm the boss. That's what ego is. It's a myth. It really has no reality. Because the way it actually is, it's all the universe, oneness, all of us, all together, working together, in joy, in happiness, in satisfaction, in gratification, working to make the universe go and grow and make it better. And when you count blessings, you count the blessings that come to all of us. You don't count the blessings that just come to you. Well, you want any more said about that? By the way, this communion, this is March the 19th, and last Sunday was March the 12th. It was a wonderful talk with you. A grand message, and it got erased. 44 years in public access television, 10 years in broadcast television, and I erase an important program? Yes. Multitudinous mistakes. Okay. I have no idea what I did tell you last week that got erased. No idea at all. There are some notes here, though. Oh, that I found my soul. You find your soul. Come on, together. We'll do it. And how do we do it? Layer after layer after layer after layer. Pull off the ego, pull off the evil. See no evil, speak no evil, do no evil, think no evil, and hear no evil. How do you like daylight saving time? Well, let me go back and see if I can recoup on the video of March the 9th that got erased. And when I found my soul, folks, there wasn't a lot of bells, there wasn't a great flash of light, there wasn't a voice, there were no whistles. I just realized I had found my soul. I finally got down there, the last layer of ego and evil, and I found it, and there it was. And what peace and what joy and what happiness, what ecstasy, what exhilaration. Why, it's the greatest thing that ever happened. So let's find your soul. The Bible passage was Hebrews 12, chapter 12, verse 28. And after you realize His oneness, His allness, His wholeness, this model, it fits in with everything, with the hymns, with the old-fashioned hymns, with the Bible. For instance, this passage. Wherefore, this is St. Paul writing to the Hebrews, we, receiving a kingdom which cannot be moved, let us have grace whereby we may serve God acceptably with reverence and godly fear. That's a King James Version. You can translate fear to love. Let's go through that, you and I together, with our model. Wherefore, we receiving a kingdom. What is this kingdom? The kingdom of God is happiness. And happiness comes from only one thing: a right relationship with God. No self, others, altogether, one, all, only, whole. So having received this kingdom, the removing of those things that are which cannot be moved, having received a kingdom which cannot be moved. That's it. Stay here. Add 'em on. Stay here. Unshakable, unbreakable. Stay right here. With the allness, the wholeness, the goodness, and the oneness. No more ego. No more evil. Let us have grace. Grace. Grace is something given to you by God, isn't it? Grace. And what is God? All of it. All of it. Yes, so it is something given to you by all of us. By the whole universe. Yeah. See how that fits in? Whereby we may serve God acceptably. That's easy. Serving God acceptably is doing your whole life for others. For all. For the universe. We translated others to universe, to cosmos, to God. So that's serving God acceptably. Gee, that fits in very well. With reverence, oh indeed, how we love it. Reverence. Oh, we are in awe at our magnificent universe. We are in awe at the sun's electromagnetism, the light, the heat, how we revere it. And the vernal equinox is tomorrow, the 20th, or is it the 21st this year? Oh, winter's over. Oh, daylight saving time, winter is over. Oh, all those long, long, long nights, getting your work up to date. Just time to meditate and enjoy it and review it and revere it. Aw, winter's over. I love winter. Aw. This is the last day of winter, huh? Maybe, or maybe tomorrow. Aw. Anyway, we revere it. Its vastness, its multiplicity, its vigor, its vitality, its victories, its perpetuity. 14.7 billion is what they throw out, is it? Or is it 14.3 billion? What's another 3 or 4 billion? That's good enough for us. Cannot be moved. Let us have grace whereby we may serve God acceptably with reverence and godly love. Oh, how we love it. Oh, how we just love it. How we love our universe. How we love each other. How we love the allness, the goodness, the happiness, and the joy. The beauty, the great creation. We should have stopped on creation, because that's the heart of the universe, is creativity. Endless creativity, endless motion. Endless. Where was that now? Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 28. Shame on you, Glendora, for erasing that video. Yeah, I'm sorry. The hymn last week was, "Be still my soul, the Lord is on thy side." Fits in with the oneness. Bear patiently the cross of grief and pain. Let me tell you, there is no cross of grief and pain when you know the oneness and when you live it. Leave to thy God to order and provide. Nothing wanting, nothing not provided. Through every change, constant, he will remain, he will faithful. Through every change, he will faithful remain. That's not right. Leave to thy God to order and provide. Through every change, he faithful will remain. faithful remain. Leave to thy God thy best, thy heavenly friend. Through thorny paths leads to a joyful end. Joyful all the time, no thorny paths. Now this week's hymn is soft as the voice of an angel, breathing a lesson unheard. Hope with a gentle persuasion whispers her comforting word. Wait till the darkness is over. Wait till the tempest is past. Hope for the sunshine tomorrow after the shower is gone. Whispering, whispering hope. Oh, how welcome thy voice is, making my heart in its sorrow rejoice, rejoice, rejoice. And that was a song of March the 14th, this past Tuesday. It started at 3 a.m. Tuesday morning, and it came down and down and down and down. So many snowflakes per square inch, down and down and down, and all day long and way into the next night. At last it was winter, real winter. These winters of weeks and weeks of bare ground and temperatures of 50 degrees do not augur well. However, God is running it. So I went out and I shoveled, and I allowed myself to do 10 shovelfuls, and that's about a foot. And I started the path so that I would be able to feed the birds in the morning and in the afternoon. And I came in. And the next hour I went out. Where was the path? Where is it? What happened to it? By this time, it's 6 inches, maybe 8. So I tried shoveling the path again. 10 shovelfuls. And this time, a shovelful wouldn't shovel a foot. It took 2 shovelfuls to do a foot. And I came in all wet and put the purple raincoat up against the heaters, the wall heaters. This is all wall heating. It's magnificent. It's always cozy and comfy and snug and warm here. And the wet gloves and the wet hat. And the shoes, wet shoes. In an hour I went out again. Well, by now it's about 9 inches. And I start shoveling again. And I got a little farther than 10. This 10 shovelfuls got me just about a foot or 2 farther. And then I declared a moratorium. No more shoveling. The knees said no, and the back said no. That was it. I was snowed in. But it was fun. It was nice. Snowed in with all my toys, and all of the sweet meditations, and the realization, and the worship of God that's acceptable. It was nice. And telephoned my friends and encouraged them and told jokes and sing hymns. People that hadn't had a telephone call for a while. So that was Tuesday. Wednesday, not one effort to go outside or try to do things. And the owner came with his wife and his son, and they plowed out the driveway. But not an attempt to go upstairs to the porch and do good deeds, the daily good deeds, or get the mail. No, not an attempt to do that. Stay snowbound. Thursday, wait around. Oh, but able to get down by putting salt down. By going out and putting salt in front of the feet, then taking that step and putting salt in front of the next foot and so forth. I was able to get to the birds and feed them. And Sandy fed them. Nobody fed them Tuesday, poor darlings, but then they weren't really around. And Wednesday, Sandy fed them. And Thursday, I could feed them twice. And then Friday, by putting the salt in front, I was able to get up to the mailbox and get a stack of mail. And then I was able to feed the birds twice. So Friday it was pretty much over, and Saturday was okay. And today, I don't know, I haven't been out. Well, that's the story of the snowstorm. The doctor said to Harry, "You mustn't shovel snow. You'll have a heart attack." And Harry went home and he says, "Son, will you please shovel the snow?" And his son says, "Yes, Dad, I'll start immediately." Harry had a heart attack. So the man had a bad day on the golf course, and he threw his golf balls into the pond, he threw his golf clubs into the pond, he threw his golf bag into the pond, he went up to the clubhouse, he slit his wrist, he's standing there bleeding to death, and his friend Joe comes in and says, "Hi Harry, how about a game of golf tomorrow?" And Harry says, "What time?" The CEO, full of self-importance, is out on the golf course and says, "Caddy, why do you keep looking at your watch?" And Caddy says, "Oh no sir, this isn't a watch, this is a compass." Can't read my writing on that one. It must have been a good joke, though. That's a resolution, Bundor. Indeed, it is. It has been for 2 years. What do you call a lawyer with an IQ of 50? Your Honor. The doctor says, "Now I want you to take one of these pills every day, and I want you to walk a mile every day, and at the end of the month you call me." And at the end of the month the patient calls and says, "Hey doc, what do I do now? I'm out of pills and 30 miles from home." This woman bought a scale to see how much she weighed. And it was a very advanced scale, computerized. You would step on the scale and a man's voice would tell you how much you weighed. She brought it home, she assembled it. She stepped on the scale and the man's voice said, "Please, one at a time." "Doctor, you're coughing much better this morning." Patient, "I should be. I was up all night practicing." "Do you like your new doctor?" "Well, yes, but he makes me nervous the way he stores the hypodermic needles in the dartboard." That week that ended on last Sunday, March 9th, that I raced, we got the telephoning, we did 100 telephone calls. They had got so far behind. Usually you can do 20, 30 telephone calls a day and be current. But these got way behind. We did 100. Then next week came March 10th through yesterday. And we did about 150 more. I can report to you now that as of yesterday, Saturday, the telephoning is up to date. Here it is. See, this is Monday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's up to date. So today, telephone calls, gee, I hope I get to them. There's this many. And if I can do all of those, it will be current. Can I keep it current every day? The details, the email, the public access television. I don't think I can keep it up. I don't think I can keep it current. But I'm going to try. The snow has started to melt. Yesterday, as you walked along the driveway, and the plow had gone down the driveway, there was this much. It was about 12 inches. No, about 8 inches. In other words, on the grass right now, there's 8 inches of snow. And it is white velvet. Oh, it is so pretty. It is white velvet. If it freezes, it becomes white marble. But it's white velvet. And I'm able to feed the birds twice a day. Venus. Have you seen Venus this past? Have you seen the full moon? Oh, that's our universe, folks. That's our cosmos. That's all ours. We're all together in that. We all have it together. We're thrilled with it. That's ours. That's all of us. Grand universe that we are. Die instructions. Okay. They're coming pretty well. I wrote them out. Glendora, Vesta, Folsom, Buell, 45A Elm Street, Nassau Village, New York, 12123, 518-610-5810. No tubes. No resuscitation. No ambulances. No doctors. No hospitals. No nursing homes. No rehabilitation centers. I want to die at home. No matter what, I want to die at home. It did my husband. It did my mother. At home. It did my grandmother. I don't know about my grandmother, but about my grandfather I know. John Leathers died at home. The way it used to be. Call the police, because I have no doctor. No doctors, no medicine. No unattended deaths, so you have to call the police. Call Sarah Howard, Rensselaer County Legal Death Examiner. And she will do her best to prevent an autopsy. She will do, in New York State it's required to have an autopsy. She will do her best to waive it. And if there is an autopsy, it will be non-invasive. Why? So that Glendora's body can go to Albany Medical Center and used to teach the anatomy students, first year anatomy students, instead of animals. Learn without cruelty to animals, you medical people. And they will come and get the body. And I'm in touch with Karen and with Julie Carpenter on that, where she's going to send me a new sheet to update the information. It's the telephone and address and all that. Then call Tracy Clegg, my neighbor at 35. And she will take care of .com cat. And maintain the rent on the property either for another 4 months if that's what we're paying, or if it changes to a month. So that there's no hurry. Call Austin, call Austin's mother, call Sandy McLean, call Pat Nichols, call Maxine Bogash, call well, I put down quite a few. Bingham and I put down quite a few. I'll read the list to you. And I had put their telephone numbers. That I gotta wear around my neck? No, but I will wear something, or in a wallet, or in the pocket somewhere, will be the first page of these instructions, and then all of the legal papers, all of the health proxy, and the power of attorney, and the no resuscitation. Do you know in New York State, you're saying you don't want resuscitation and putting it writing and having it notarized. That's not enough in New York State. You've got to go to a doctor, and a doctor has to sign a paper to say that it's okay for you not to have resuscitation in tubes. So I think that's the dying instructions. And Sandy says, will you stop talking about it? That's what she says one day. And then the next day she says, we've got to do the same thing, Andrew and I. Maxine says, you're showing me how to do it. I have to do it. So this is good. It's helping others. Austin was here the March the 6th, 7th, and 8th. He cut back his hours and he cut back his days. That's no good. He didn't get the work done. But what he did get done was brilliant. The first thing he did was this. Take all of the Facebook jokes, 30 seconds. Take them off of transfer them or dub them, duplicate them from Facebook to DVD, -R, so that we can have a hard copy to play anytime we want. Of course, you can do that too with your telephone, your smartphone. Then the next thing he did, I said, Austin, could I have a slate that says, you have heard of the TV show 60 Minutes? Well, this TV show is called 30 Seconds. Glendora, 518-610-5810. Well, he didn't know how to do that. But all our friends in the universe told him how to do that. And he sat down and he figured it out. And he came up with a clip tray. He's brilliant. 23 years old, he's brilliant. He will be graduating from he will be graduated from Northeastern University on May the 3rd. 5 years. It's a co-op college. Then the next thing I asked him to do was to clean up the mess that I had made of YouTube. So he did. He cleaned up a whole lot of junk. I don't know if he got it for all of December and all of November, since he was here Thanksgiving or not. But I made such a mess of it. Well, really, I can't see. That's the thing. I really can't see. I can't see that. Oh, it says upload there. Oh, there's a word there that says upload. And then what did he do? Contacts. He didn't do enough contacts. It's getting more and more necessary for me to have voice dial, because I can't see the numbers on these cards. I showed you the index cards telling me which people to call on which day, and I can't see the dial pad on the telephone. So it's more and more important to say, call Anthony Riddle. Calling Anthony Riddle, mobile. Then I say thank you. I just don't want to get out of the habit of saying thank you, because I'm so grateful. And you know, one day, folks, a voice said, you're welcome. Off of the smartphone, the little slab that you're holding in your hand, a voice said, you're welcome. It never happened again. Over 1,000 and maybe 2,000 or 3,000 telephone calls. How many telephone calls have we done since 2003? 53,732. It started when Franklin's soul said it needed a new body. And Franklin asked me to tell all of his friends. And I did, and for some unknown reason, I started to enumerate them. And before that, more than 53,000. Austin did do the end of the week. Every day we enter down the money that we spent. And then at the end of the month we put it in a column and tell it what we spent it for. Technical equipment, non-employee compensation, groceries. And then at the end of the month we add up those columns so that we know how much we spent for February for groceries. And then we take them over to the lifetime sheet. No, we don't. We take them over to the year sheet and put in each of those columns what was spent for February. At the end of the year we add up all those columns, and that's a lifetime sheet from 1937. For instance, we know how much was spent for haircuts in a lifetime, how much was spent for groceries, how much was spent for rent, like $380,000. It's very, very interesting. And why do we do it? We're told to do it from the voice within. The conscience, by the way, I think is the soul telling you what you should do. And the conscience told us to do that. So we did it. Along with learning hymns, along with telling jokes all the time. The conscience says do it. So you do it. The laundry got done, a white wash and a color wash. He didn't get to the museum. What's your plan for the museum? There are 44 columns in the museum, and there are 6 boxes, 6 drawers in each column. What are these drawers? They are boxes that copy paper came in, and people are kind enough to give them to me. So there's 6 drawers in each column. What's that? That means 240 drawers. Well, then plan now is to go from column 39 all the way down to column 30. Open each box, spread it out on the museum floor, find out what's in it, decide if anything can be deleted, list the contents on the museum index, put a label on the outside of the box as to what is in that column, and make any repairs in the box, any collapses. And to do that for columns 29 all the way down to column 1. That'll be Austin and Gregory Washburn and Robert Snyder and his brother Paul. On April the 22nd, my friends and I, 3 or 4 of us, will drive to Dobbs Ferry and park the car in a very safe and fashionable neighborhood, walk to the railroad station, and wait for Anthony Riddle to send us a limousine to take us to 600 approximately Fulton Street, where BRIC is, the Advanced Community Art Movement, and where Free Speech is, Brooklyn Free Speech, the public access TV station for the Brooklyn, the borough of Manhattan, a borough of New York City. And there we will appear on a panel defending public access before erudite art people in the arts, answering the question, has public access helped the arts or has it hindered it? We are trying to get a chat with Glendora into chronological order. We finally finished sending to Brooklyn for their exhibit on public access TV starting March the 27th on the whole history of public access TV. And we've sent them the footage of the 1970s, of which there isn't much, I would assume. And we sent them the Charles Dolan interview, how he founded Cablevision, how he started as a youth, and how he ended up selling Cablevision for $17.7 billion to Altice, a French company. The interview with Gerald Levin, Executive Vice President of Time Warner, AOL. The interview with Robert Wright, the President and Chief Executive Officer of the National Broadcasting Company. The David Letterman spot where Glendora appeared and talked about public access and a lot of other things. The Andrew Hersman 4000th show, which is a history of public access that is parallel to the history of a chat with Glendora. A lot of jokes, a lot of interviews of federal judges, one of whom was murdered 10 days after he appeared on a chat with Glendora. It hadn't been cablecast, but it was made ready to cablecast. Anyway, and jokes told to live audiences. That got done, and it took something like 15 hours. We did a new archives, 7, 8, and 9, put them on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. That took about 15 hours. And made about 30 dubs of the Sunday morning communion for March the 5th. We were going to do March the 9th, but that's the one I erased in this process because I do not understand that new Canon camera where everything is touchscreen. I like buttons better. Okay, folks. We're working on a documentary where Victoria left off. She left off in 2010, so we're picking up, and we've got 2010 listed, what went on there. And then we'll do 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. That, I think, we should leave as a record. .com is fine, happy, vegan, vegetarian. She purrs while she eats. How can she do that? Two things coming from the throat at the same time. She purrs while she eats. And Susan Hayward, my friend who spends her life rescuing feral cats, getting them spayed and neuter and taking them back to the colony where people feed them, she says yes, yes. She's known that to happen all along. McKay's dressing makes a delicious chicken style rice. It is delicious. And I'm having Brenda and Terry Roy come to dinner this afternoon at 1:30, and I'm going to serve them chicken style rice with chicken style meat in it. It will be tender bits, which is really a pork substitute, but it'll go very well in the casserole rice. And I will give them soup and little tiny crackers on top of it. And Brenda is bringing the salad. She'll have it all cut up, and I'll put on Chatham Valley croutons. Oh, folks, they're delicious and so well made. And with wishbone Italian dressing. And then for dessert, we'll have grapes and bananas and tangerines and apple and coconut, fresh coconut, nothing added, with sweet milk. You take soy milk and put in a tiny bit of sugar and ground up cookies, all to give it a crunch, and on top of it a spoonful of chocolate vegan ice cream. Well, I've got to go on and finish it. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound, to save a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. You know, of course, that was written by the captain of a ship that would go to Africa repeatedly, where these sweet people were shackled and forced onto a ship across the ocean to America, to the West Indies, and to the tips of South America, into slavery. So he knew he was a wretch to have been part of that. Okay. This is highest to lowest for the year 2016. The total in was 30,128. The highest expense was non-employee compensation, paying people to help me. And if you want to know the truth, for the most part, I was better off doing it alone. But things did get better. It didn't take me so long to do their work over again. But that was $5,300. Shared with somebody who turned out to be ungrateful, who turned out to be imperial, who turned out to get angry. I say, if you're going to have an argument with the boss, it's better to see both sides. His side and the outside. So that person saw the outside very quickly leave. The next one was rent, $4,200. The next one was donations received, $3,600. The next one was gifts, also $3,600. So the two of them together would be $7,200. $2,400 for groceries, $1,300 for telephone, I think that's what it says. $1,100 for postage, $900 for car repair, $700 for, no, that's for telephone. Let's see if we can, sorry, I don't know what that $1,300 is. Oh, technical equipment. DVDs, sleeves, cameras, batteries. $600 for office supplies, $600 for the museum, $600 for household, $300 for electric, but that's not right. The electric was more like $700. There's a mistake here. $300 for laundry and $300 for one time only personal. Breathe on us, breath of God. Fill us with life anew, that we may love as thou dost love, and do as thou wouldst do. You know what that means? That we love as thou would love. We're all one. We're all one. That's what God is, this oneness. And we work together to keep it going and growing. Breathe on us, breath of God, until our hearts are pure, until our will is one with thine, to do and to endure. See how it all fits the model? And I'm going to say again, you're not going to find your soul until you stop eating animals. Until you are vegan. No animal products. No fur, no honey. No animal products. They have rights, and they have a right to live their lives as God gave it to them. Breathe on us, breath of God, till we are wholly thine, until this earthly part of us glows with thy spirit divine. Breathe on us, breath of God. Well, let's see. Until we care for all and live with thee the perfect life of thine eternity. Eternity we haven't addressed, but what eternity is? The soul says to the you, I need a new body. Goodbye. And it goes all around this great universe, around and around and around, having great fun. Look at that blue. That's nice. He shoveled a driveway for the dumpster to come in and out. Oh, I wish you could feel the warmth. Oh. What a snow house. What a tunnel. The last day of winter. Sunday morning. There's my tree friends. Every day last summer I talked to them with all their beautiful leaves and shapes. 1, 2. Is that 3? Anyway, that's 3. And this one is magnificent. 4. Well, they're all magnificent. You hear the crow? They do that every time I come out with the food. What do you think she's saying? Is she just thanking us, all of us? Or is she telling all her friends to come? You're welcome, honey. You're welcome. I'm glad you're happy. See, we can come down way beyond the shed, almost to the 1980 Lincoln. The 1993 Lincoln is free of snow. It's in the garage. That's the only place that's slippery. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, whole world, for recycle. Hear it melting? That was a job. That was as big as a basketball. Adamantine. Solid. But with the screwdriver and the hammer, we pulverized it to this net. Now, how do we keep it from doing that again? We talk about a unified body. We disunified this one. Can you see what the melting did to the red hat? It made it polka dot. What'd you have for breakfast? Vegan linkettes with nutritional yeast.
We got him. You should be sitting here.
And then when, do you know anything about his conversion?
Yeah, he lived up in a cave in California for a couple of years. Yeah. And he read the Bible. There was a Bible in this cave. And then it just, he talked, he's really very open about his life. He was so poor that, you know, he promised God if God would show him the way, he would commit his life to Christ, and if he would help him, and God did, and he's a big pastor now out there. He has a big church, he had radio and TV shows. Yeah, amazing fact, it's all dedicated to God. His father was very wealthy. He was, father owned airlines. And he could have walked into that business. And he said no. You know, he's lived that life, and he said that money just brought his family down. He just walked away from it all.
Really?
Yeah. Oh.
How do you spell his name?
Bachelor, Batchloy.